Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets just took down one of the best defenses in the NBA. And they did so by exploiting the Golden State Warriors in transition, something that the Warriors have been good at holding against this season. The Nuggets took full advantage of it and got out and ran. They also nearly doubled the Warriors in terms of points off turnovers and led by Nikola Jokic, who should be the four-time MVP after this season, with 38 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals, and a block. Leading the way, Michael Porter Jr. played pretty well, and Aaron Gordon, newly back into the rotation, played well as well. And then the scary part about this Nuggets team is Jamal Murray's not even playing well yet. So we're going to start out here with an empty side ball screen. Everything that is happening over here is just eye candy, right? So Brown's going to cut through. He's going to end up setting a back screen right here on Kuminga for, well, Aaron Gordon, who's not the biggest threat in the world. But everything is revolving around these two right here. This two-man game of Murray and Jokic. MPJ out here. He's a good enough shooter to keep Brandon Podziemski over a little bit. But as the game goes on, they progressively throw different looks at you. But right here, the Warriors, subpar playmakers like a Jamal Murray, or middle-of-the-road playmakers, we should say, they like to blitz that. They like to trap it. So Looney and Wiggins are going to be on that, right? So as this happens, instead of staying back for the three-point line, which he will do later in this game, Jokic is going to cut right into the open area. And as Jamal is getting blitzed, he's going to back it out. Looney does end up recovering, but anytime you can get Jokic isolated, and we'll see how Mike Malone does this throughout this video, he is very, very good at getting his best player of the ball in the right spots. Aaron Gordon's going to cut. You still got Christian Brown out here. So Steph, who, well, let's be real. If Steph comes in here, there's nothing he's going to do against Jokic. And then Kuminga is preoccupied here with Aaron Gordon cutting. And it just leads to straight barbecue chicken. He's going to get to his one-leg fadeaway, and that's a bucket. So this Warriors defense that coming into last night was ranked 3rd in the NBA in defensive rating. They employ 3 key rules as well as jumbo lineups to help and stop the other team. The first is they're going to trap sub-elite playmakers, especially out of the pick and roll. So in this case, it'd be like a Jamal Murray versus they're going to let Jokic play one-on-one. They're going to tag you high in the pick and roll. We'll talk about that later in this video. And then they really limit transition points, something they didn't do last night against the Nuggets, who outscored them 23-11 in transition points. Normally, the game plan for beating the Nuggets involves leaving Aaron Gordon open, right? He's not been a great shooter over the course of his career. So Kuminga, like, you had Brown rolling down the paint for Jokic to make this read. Kuminga can just sit here and wait for Brown to roll, and then Curry can recover, and Looney's going to get out, right? So they're going to leave Aaron Gordon alone in the corner. And Jokic makes this read. First of all, his eyes keep Kuminga over long enough, and then he snaps a pass off to Aaron Gordon, who has been shooting really well from 3 this year. And if Aaron Gordon's doing that, they're going to be tough to stop. Now, on top of his great defense, Aaron Gordon has been really, really good for the Denver Nuggets this year. He's having probably his best season as a Nugget, averaging close to 15 points per game, 6.4 rebounds, 3.6 assists in 30 minutes. But what really makes this season great for him is his three-point shooting so far. He's shooting 54% from the field, which is great, and 57% from 3 on 3.1 attempts. Now, he's only played in 9 games, which could be a part of this scenario here, but last year he shot 29%. This is very, very promising thus far. This is something else the Nuggets love to do, and it's a lot of eye candy, really, to get Jokic the ball here, right? So you got Murray popped up earlier. It was a little give and go up here with Strother, and then Brown's flashing out and continued movement right here by Aaron Gordon, all to get Jokic the ball. And I said earlier that the Warriors, they don't double elite playmakers. In this scenario, they had to, because the Warriors hunted out the mismatch. They got Trace Jackson-Davis on to Gordon and Podziemski on to Jokic. So Moody does a great job of doubling down, because the first cut is here by Aaron Gordon. That'd be the first read. Now Kyle Anderson has to double down and find Christian Brown, and then Wiggins is playing 2 right here. And it's not a good scenario to be in if you're Wiggins, because with Julian Strawther making a really good cut to the ball, now he has to take that away. Anderson has to take away Christian Brown, and it leaves Jamal Murray wide open. So when you double, you're giving something up, and in this scenario, He hits Christian Brown. Kyle Anderson thought this was going to be a pass where Brown is still out of the three-point line. Instead, Brown flashes right in front of him. Something that Brown is really good at is those cuts, and gets the and one. And that's really good basketball. As we said earlier, the Warriors are normally very good in transition defense, but that changes when you have a turnover, and now it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on really 2. Right? Kuminga is going to get back to make it more of a 5-on-3, but Wiggins and Looney are back here, and now you got the Joker leading the break. He doesn't run extremely fast, but he makes the right read always, right? So Christian Brown's coming. He's going to take Steph Curry with him. Aaron Gordon's already setting a back screen for Julian Strawther, and as Wiggins is trying to get back into the play, Buddy Hield stops the ball. Very nice, but Jamal Murray is just going to fill right to the three-point line, and this is going to be a really nice pass and a tough shot. It's tough to sprint into a three like that and knock it down, but that's a great sign from Jamal Murray, who has not been playing very good basketball lately. Now, if you've been around long enough, you know that I am an OG Jamal Murray truther. I thought this man was elite once he came back from the ACL injury, and he was. He came back, they won a championship, but this year he's only been averaging 17.7 points, 6 assists, 4.3 rebounds, and 1.4 steals per game, while shooting 41% from the field and 33% from 3 on 6 attempts. We know he's a playoff riser. He needs to rise during the regular season right now because the West is a gauntlet. This has been the biggest improvement, surprise, I don't know what you want to call it, to the Joker's game is his three-point shooting. We got two-man action going on up here, and Kevon Looney is watching it like a hawk, right? He is waiting for Jamal Murray to come off of this so he can go and help, and then whatever Christian Brown's doing right here, he's kind of just hanging out. He probably could go set a down screen for Looney, but now you have to take into account that Nikola Jokic is an elite three-point shooter. Just like anything else he does with a basketball, he is elite. As I said earlier, the Joker has never really been a three-point shooter, but 52% from 3 on 4.3 attempts so far this year is downright ridiculous, right? He's second in the NBA in three-point percentage, on top of his 30.1 points per game, 13 rebound, 10.4 assists, and 1.7 steal per game stat line, which should put him as the front runner to win his 4th MVP in the last 6 years. He shoots 56% from the field. His previous highest three-point percentage season was in 2017-18, where he shot 39%, and a couple of years ago he shot 38%. But this is downright ridiculous. So now the Nuggets are going to get into their split the post offense, right? And this is where Nikola Jokic really shines. We're going to have a post entry at about the elbow, ISO'd up with Kevon Looney. Aaron Gordon here, you got to respect him a little bit as a shooter now at least. And then you got Christian Brown here, who's a great cutter, and he's got the worst defender on the court in Steph. Steph, you know, with these jumbo lineups that Golden State runs, he is most of the time the worst defender on the court, which, you know, doesn't mean he's bad. He's just the worst defender at the time. So what they're going to do here is they're going to split the post, right? So Jamal's going to come this way, and then Michael Porter Jr. is going to come off of him, kind of rubbing up against Podziemski here. And it works to perfection. And this is where Nikola Jokic is at his best. Finding guys like this, finding into that window, Michael Porter Jr. He has the kick. Curry's in great defensive position here. He has the kick if he wants it, but a nice little Euro step, and then going up, and MPJ 6'10", nothing Curry can really do. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. With that being said, thank you so much for watching.